Qatar cuisine. Qatari cuisine is a subtle blend of influence from India, Persia, and Lebanon, and North Africa, and much like the landscape of the country, is constantly evolving. History and influences. The food culture of Qatar evolved over time, strongly influenced by rice and spices from India and food from the Levant. Qatari cuisine is heavily rooted in and inspired by the natural surrounding environments, including local ingredients. Historically, trade played a significant role in the seasoning of traditional local dishes. Spices trade from the India, Basra, Bahrain, and Oman. Typically flavoring in Qatari cuisine are cardamom, cloves, lomi or dried lime, and cumin. Nature and characteristic. Food centered to Qatar's cuisine include the many native varieties of dates and seafood. Other foods grown locally or in Iran are considered local delicacies, including sour apples and fresh almond. The traditional dish mabos is richly spiced rice combined with the meat and or seafood, and traditionally served from a large communal platters. Makbos, perhaps the best food in Qatar that is largely connected to the hearts of natives. Qatari makbos is a dish similar to biryani. It consists of rice seasoned with spices, meat, onions, and tomatoes. It is the national dish of Qatar. Next is salona. Salona is not a new name in Qatar cuisine. This is a dish that can be prepared with virtually any kind of ingredients that are available. Highly popular in Qatar. Most of the restaurants in Doha have salona in their menu. During family gatherings in Qatar, this is one dish that certainly features while the aroma of gingers, garlic along with beef, fish or lamb makes it even more special. As the other ingredients, salona consists ingredients like tomato, aubergine, carrots, and potato. Usually, restaurants in the Qatar capital serve the dish with broth, which is the way to go about enjoying it. Next one is lukaimat, another traditional food in Qatar. It is not just a popular food in Doha but in the whole country. This is the dish that is usually served in the holy month of Ramadan when families and friends come together to enjoy a dessert-filled evening. Made with butter, milk, flour, sugar, saffron, and cardamom, has many similar to a dumplings. The dumplings are deep fried and then dipped in sugar syrup or honey. What comes next is feast filled with sweetness and different flavors. This is the dish that is crunchy on the outside and soft in the inside, which is set to satisfy your tooth. Madraba. The rice porridge madraba is a traditional food in Qatar that is a dream for taste buds. The dish is cooked with milk, butter, chicken, and cardamom that takes hours to make it simmered till it becomes mushy in the end. Next is balaylet. Balaylet is made of vermicelli pasta or noodles that are prepared with sugar and spices such as cinnamon, cardamom, and saffron. Sometimes it is served with an omelette or egg cooked with an onion on top. Next is hyres. Hyres is a very porridge made with grinded wheat, salt, water, and meat. Sometimes it's chicken. The dish is cooked in a special pot. In the past, it would have been cooked over firewoods. Next is tared. Tared is a stew made from bread, meat, and vegetable. Tared is made by adding cubes, grog to a broth of meat and vegetables. The bread soaks up the water to make a nourishing meal. And here's some basic ingredients in Qatar. Black pepper, coriander seed, cinnamon stick, clove, dried ginger, whole cardamom, dried red chili, and turmeric sticks. Black pepper is a flowering vine in a family of Pepperaceae, cultivated for its fruits, known as a peppercorn, which is usually dried and used as a spices and seasoning. Next is coriander seed. It's an annual herb in the family of Apicae. It is all known as Chinese parsley, dania, or cilantro. All parts of the plants are edible, but the fresh leaves and the dried seeds are the parts most traditionally used in cooking. The third one is cinnamon stick. Cinnamon is spices that come from the inner bark of tropical cinnamomum tree, sold as rolled kills or cinnamon stick or ground into fine powder. Cinnamon stick can be used to flavor dishes, drink, or sauces and are then thrown away. Meanwhile, ground cinnamon can be mixed into meal or sprinkled on the top of baking, dessert, savory dishes, as well as drink too. Next one is clove. Cloves are the aromatic flower buds of the tree in the family Myrtaceae and Syzygium aromaticum. They are native to the Maluku Islands in Indonesia and are commonly used as spices. Cloves are available throughout the year, owning the different harvest seasoning in different country. Cloves can be used whole or ground. People often include ground cloves in spice mixes and whole cloves in a recipe to add depth and flavor to a wide variety of foods. These small dark brown buds are small is used to spice up curries, season meat, enrich sauce like Worcester sauce, and even flavor spice baked food. Next is dried ginger. Dried ginger is nothing but fresh ginger, which has undergone a drying process. The fresh rhizomes are soaked in water overnight, after which the outer peel is carefully removed using a knife or a peeler. They are washed again and then sun-dried on mats or for around a week. During the period, they are turned periodically. The end result is a pale white dried ginger. Many a times dried ginger is bleached with calcium carbonate to get a whitish coating but is unnecessary and better avoided. Next is whole cardamom. Cardamom is a spices made from the seed pods of various plants in the ginger family. Cardamom pods are spindle shaped and have a triangular cross section. The pods contain a number of seeds, but the entire cardamom pods can be used whole or ground. The seeds are small and black, while the pods differ in color and size by spices. There are two main types of cardamom, black cardamom and green cardamom. And there are also white cardamom, which is the bleached version of green cardamom. Green cardamom is the kind found most often in Nordic and Middle East cuisine, while spices in India and Asia, while often specifically whether green or black cardamom is used. Next is dried red chili. Dried chilies can be roughly organized into two camps, red and dark. Red chilies, which can range from bright orange red to deep maroon, will likely have tropical fruit flavors, good acidity, and varying degree of spices. When in doubt, smaller chilies tend to be hotter. They pair best with the white meat such as poultry, pork, and fish. Dark chilies, which range from rusty red to dark palm, are typically chewy and sweet with flavor of dried raisin and ferns and are used mostly for color as in moles. These pair best with dark meats like beef or duck. Dried black chilies, which have sweeter, earthier flavor, pair best with dark meat with beef like beef or duck. The last one is turmeric stick. Turmeric is a common spice that comes from the root of curcuma longa. It contains a chemical called curcumin, which might reduce swelling. Turmeric has a warm, bitter taste and frequently used to flavor or color curry powders, mustard, butter, and cheeses. Because curcumin and other chemicals in turmeric might decrease stewing. It is often used to treat conditions that involve pain and inflammation. And here are some tools and equipment like colander, electric mixer, frying pan, knives, saucepan, spatula, wok, and wooden spoon. First is colander. A colander is a kitchen utensil used to strain foods such as pasta or to rinse vegetable. The purported nature of the colander allows liquid to drain through while retaining the solids inside. It is sometimes also called a pasta strainer or kitchen sieves. Ang colander is a strainer o pang-drain ng mga pasta or pwede rin pag naghuhugas tayo ng mga vegetable upang ito ay mahugasan natin ng maayos. Next is electric mixer, a mixer, depending on the type, also called a hand mixer or stand mixer. Electric mixer is a kitchen device that uses a gear-driven mechanism to rotate a set of beaters in a bowl containing the food or liquid to be prepared by mixing them. Mixer help automated the repetitive task of stirring, whisking, or beating. Ang hand mixer po is example po na pwede nating gamitin dito is yung paggawa ng icing or para mapadali ang ating pag-mix sa isang food. Next is frying pan. A fry pan or skillet is a flat bottom pan used for frying, searing, and browning food. It is typically 20 to 30 cm in diameter with relatively low sides that flare outside, a long handle, and no lids. Larger pan may have a small grab handle opposite that main handle. On the other hand, a fry pan is primarily used for stirring and frying food together, quick cooking, and crispy frying. Knives. A kitchen knife is a knife that is intended to be used in food preparation. While much of this work can be accomplished with a few general-purpose knives. Notable a large chef knives, a toast cleaver, a small paring knife, and some sort of serrated bladed, such as a bread knife or serrated utility knife. There are also many specialized knives that are designed for typical tasks. Kitchen knives can be made from several different materials, available in a wide variety of different types and sizes. A knife is used to cutting, chopping, dicing, slicing, micing, filling, separating, and other kitchen tasks, where the thin metal sharp of a blade is of value of food preparation. Next is saucepan. A saucepan is a deep stovetop pan with a long handle and usually a lid. You may use a saucepan to cook sauce or for the macaroni from your box of macaroni and cheese. Saucepan are made out of variety materials from stainless steel and aluminum, copper, and enamel coated metal. If you have a kitchen, it is pretty like you have a saucepan. They are deep enough boiled water in and made to be used on top of a flame or electric coal. As I might guess from the name, it's the first saucepan invented in the 17th century are invented only making sauce. Next is spatula. A spatula is a broad, flat, flexible blade used to mix, spread, and lift material including food, drugs, plaster, and paints. In medical application, spatula may also be used synonymously with tongue dispenser. The straight, sharp spatulas are most often used for scraping food from the sides of pots, stirring ingredients in curved bowl, or folding ingredients into each other. They are generally made for a flexible silicone plastic that can move easily around a form into a sharp of bowl and pans and pot. Ang saucepan ay kalimitang ginagamit pang halo or pang flip ng mga pagkain at kalimitan din itong ginagamit sa frying pan or a wok. Next is a wok. A wok is a deep round bottom cooking pot that originated in China. It is common in China and similar pans are found in part of East, South, and Southeast Asia, as well as being popular in other parts of the world. Woks are used in a range of Chinese cooking techniques, including stir frying, steaming, pan frying, deep frying, poaching, boiling, raising, searing, and sewing. Make soup, smoking, and roasting nuts. Wok cooking is often done with utensils called chan or spatula or ladle. Long ladle protect cooks from high heat. The uniqueness of wok cooking is conveyed by the Cantonese term wok hai or breadth of the wok. Ang wok pan is originated nga from China, pero nagiging popular na to around the world and halos lahat ay gumagamit nito. And isa sa technique na ginagawa sa wok is yung pagpiplif ng mga ingredients. Last one is wooden spoon. Wooden spoon are utility spoon for the kitchen. Typically large and typically made from a single piece of wood. The wood will always be hardwood.